All right, everyone, welcome to Oceanside Library's afternoon program on Reiki healing. This program is brought to us by the Office of Assemblywoman Missy Miller. Thank you so much for being with us here today.
Thank you. I'm so happy that I could stop in and just say hi. And thank you. Thank you to both of you for making this possible with these crazy times that we're living in right now. It really is so valuable to be able to connect still and bring programs that can be of help and are so valuable. So I'm very excited about that Oceanside to Oceanside, California. It's so, whenever you Google anything with Oceanside, you always get the California one first. It's so
Yeah.
it's nice that you guys like meet now, it's very creative, but then again, just about everything that you guys present is very creative. So it's
Thank
always a
you.
pleasure to work with you. And thank you, Tina, for this presentation. I'm curious. I'm excited to learn how this can help virtually. So take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for those
I'm gonna
compliments.
stop, mute myself and put my camera just so you don't hear the going on
Sure.
in the house.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Assemblywoman. Thank you.
All right, and now to introduce our presenter for today from Northwell Health, Tina Conray. Take it away, Tina.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. And thank you, Assemblywoman. And I'm so glad to be here at Oceanside Library virtually. So I know this is the new way that we are connecting. And I love that we can do that with community. And I want to begin there. I want to begin with community. First, my name is Tina Conroy. I'm the Director of Energy Healing at the Center for Wellness and Integrative Medicine at Northwell Health. Our building is located in Roslyn, and we are open currently for one-on-one Reiki sessions, as well as acupuncture and one-on-one yoga. We will be opening shortly for a group sessions at some point, but we have been virtually open since the mid part of March, and we are complimentary, giving yoga and meditation daily. So I will make sure to go to our website to take part in that. So yoga and meditation daily, complimentary for all and for our community. So let's begin there in community. And I love talking about the topic of Reiki. I will have a little bit of slides, so I will share them as well. As we begin with the community, community is coming together, and Reiki is something about healing. And so especially in this time, we have found that Reiki is extremely, extremely effective in bringing together community and bringing together healing. It has always been effective, and it's always been a healing. So I'm going to just go ahead and share my screen and share with you a little bit of history of Reiki healing, and then of course some applications, benefits, and so forth. Okay, so first we begin with the word Reiki. And I think sometimes we always get it confused, or a lot of people will pronounce it differently. So you'll see it begins with R-E-I-K-I. So that is Reiki. When we break it down, Rei, I always think of ray like the sun. And it's also the ray, as we can see the sun, universal life energy, spiritual consciousness, and all knowing. And then we have ki, and ki is breath or life force. We hear qi a lot in Chinese medicine, and qi is that energy that flows through us. So when we put the two together, Reiki. And Reiki is this universal life force energy that brings forth this energy for all. Now, it is a natural ability. We all have energy within us, and energy lives around us. So when we harness this energy and we allow the Reiki energy to flow through us, then we are therefore balanced. So let's talk a little bit about some benefits of Reiki, and why would you want to get a Reiki treatment, or sometimes called a Reiki session? So these are some of the benefits of Reiki. Reiki relieves pain and discomfort, reduces stress and anxiety, awakens intuition. That's a byproduct. It strengthens the immune system, promotes healing, balances energy and the chakra system. Energy is, the chakras are the energy system, can help and assist weight loss, release toxins, and many, many more. So I want you to think about when we are not healthy in our body. And this could be anything. This could be something minor, from ache and pain or stress, or it could be something maybe even more as a serious illness. We are then unbalanced in the body. So I always like to begin with the garden hose, and I use the garden hose analogy often. When we have a garden hose attached to a spigot, the water flows through the garden hose freely towards the other side to water your plants or so forth. If the garden hose is kinked, the water cannot flow through. So we're use that analogy in our body. When our body has blocks, it cannot flow and it cannot be as balanced. And you might say to yourself, well, what are blocks? Why would my body get blocked? Our bodies have different blocks for many different things. We can be blocked physically, such as physical pain. An injury, again, something as simple as stubbing your toe, or maybe a knee injury, or again, something even more serious, such as illness. These are the blocks that are created in our body for many different reasons. That's the physical blocks. There are also emotional blocks. We know with every physical pain, behind it is an emotional pain. There are emotions. So think about a time that you did have an injury, minor or major. There was emotions behind that. So if you can think of a time that something happened to you physically, maybe then that physical pain or physical discomfort also created an emotion. Maybe an emotion of sadness, maybe an emotion of anger, maybe an emotion of loss, maybe an emotion of worry or doubt, stress, so forth. So that's also a block. We have emotional blocks. And then we also have spiritual blocks. So spiritual blocks would maybe not feeling connected to yourself, to whatever you call yourself, your higher power, you. Maybe for others as well, connected to a source, universe, energy, God. Now, what I will say is that Reiki has no denomination. There is no religious content to it, and it's open for all. So you can believe and have belief in any faith-based religion or not, and the Reiki will work. So how does it relieve pain and discomfort, reduce stress and anxiety, awaken intuition, and do all these wonderful things? Well, I want you to think of a time where you go to the doctor. And you go to the doctor for a complaint and say it's a sore throat or an upset stomach or insomnia. But when you go to a Reiki practitioner, they treat all of you. Now, being in an integrative wellness center, we do that as well. So at the Center for Wellness and Integrative Medicine, we are integrated in these medicines now. So we are looking at the whole person. And that is why we hold some of these modalities such as Reiki, reflexology, acupuncture, yoga, Tai Chi, Pilates, meditation, mindfulness-based stress reduction courses, and many, many, many more. The Reiki practitioner, which would be me in this case, as I'm explaining, would place their hands on or hover over the body. And it would look something like this. So it always begins as the person would come in for a treatment. It's about an hour, maybe or so. And the person lies gently on the table, looks similar to a massage, lays on their back, eyes are closed. The Reiki practitioner always begins with the top of the head, moves down the body to the feet. And again, think of the garden hose from the top of the head to the feet, the water flows and the person begins to find more healing. The hand positions are different ones throughout, and they begin from the eyes to the head, and we'll do a little experience if we have some time. And they move all the way down the body. They're working on the entire body, and they're also working on the energy centers, which you might have heard as chakras, right? So it's kind of a buzzword. Chakras are energy circles. Don't worry if you don't know them. No need. Just know that they hold energy in our body. And again, Reiki is one of the energy modalities that help clear that. Now, you may come to a Reiki practitioner and have pain in a particular part of your body, but the Reiki practitioner will move through all the positions, even if the pain is only in your knee or only in your head or only in your back. Again, go back to the proponent of emotion. So there's always emotions underneath the physical. I love the principles of Reiki. So just want to go ahead and share this. The 5 principles of Reiki is sort of the blanket of what we work with. And it always starts with just for today. And if we break down just for today, it's about being present. We are all always wanting to be more present. If you remember, or if you had a time where you got into a car and you got to your destination, you don't know how you got there, you were not present. Next time, you're more present and you're more mindful, right? And I know there's some funny slides out there on social media. Are you mindful or mindless? So just to begin with, the 5 principles of Reiki begins with just for today. And just for today, just that phrase is being present. So these are some of the things that we work with Reiki, and we allow this to kind of come into our day. So just for today, I will let go of anger. Just for today, I will let go of worry. Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will be kind to my neighbor and every living thing. Now you can see some of these are easy, and some of these might be a little bit more challenging. So I want you to just look for a moment here and think to yourself, which one of these do I struggle with? Maybe it's worry. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's all of them at some point. So the principles of Reiki is universal kindness and love. This is a little bit of a slide of the chakra system. I'm not going to go deeply into it, but basically you've seen this in probably many different kind of graphics. And this is what we work on in Reiki. So you cannot see chakras. So kind of a little joke, you cannot actually see these colored discs. They're not something you can actually see. They're energetic, and they hold different vibration. They hold different source of energy for people. So for example, the top of your head, that holds the wisdom and the knowing that there's something bigger and greater than you. So you're connected to something, whatever that is for you. As you move to your third eye, we've heard this a lot. This is your area of your intuition and your dreams and seeing things in your mind eye. Your throat, that is expression and communication and trusting. We get to the heart. That's a big emotion. So we feel things from the heart. Heart is about love and forgiveness and passion and kindness, love for others, love for self. There's been some studies done in heart math that when we do a meditation, it's almost as if you're breathing from your heart, right? And you're feeling that breath in and out, sending heart and sending love. Moving right down to the solar plexus. The solar plexus is personal power. So this is right above your belly button. And this is your power. This is how you your control and how you see life, the gut. A lot of people will say it's like your second intuitive brain, because a lot of people say, I had that gut feeling. So a lot of times intuition lives there as well. Then we get to the sacral chakra, and that's right below the navel, the belly button. And that's your sexuality, your abundance, your relationships, how you show up in your relationships. And then we go to the root chakra, which is safety. And that's, our family and our stability. Again, you don't need to know the chakras to get a Reiki session or to get all its benefits. This is just a little bit, another picture of our energy field. And we all have an energy field. I believe now there's particular cameras that can capture the energy field all around us. So all of us, all living beings, have an energy field, and it's about an arm's distance away. So if you put your arms out and you made a big eggshell like this, that's your energy center. And so the energy center is what we are responsible for. I always think of this, and I'll share this with you. Think about a time where you were having a conversation with somebody and the person's getting closer and closer and closer to you, and you're inching away. Did you ever think, why does that happen? Well, they were entering your energy field. They were kind of encroaching on your energy. So there is a social distance about that. And so we can be responsible, and we can kind of feel when someone's in our energy or they've kind of jumped into our energy. Think about a time maybe standing on the grocery store line or any line, and you feel as if someone's behind you and they're just a little too close. Now, I know we're chuckling now because we have the 6-foot distancing, but we feel energy. We can feel people behind us or nearby or things like that. So this is just a picture of showing us that we do have an energy center, and the centers are the chakras, and then we have the energy field. And if you have any questions, obviously I would love to answer them after. Again, this is just a little bit deeper of the chakras, won't go in there. So I talk about Reiki as being a natural healing. And so the ability is always within us. and it's around us. I love this visual of the tree. So you can see, you know, she's rooted into the earth, right? There's showing roots. So we're kind of rooted and grounded. And then we have this beautiful above, so above and below. I want to actually share, which I think would be really great, actually some feedback from some of my clients, which I just asked them to share a little. Know that for Reiki, you don't have to be very, very ill. Everybody can benefit from a Reiki treatment. I have people that come to me for a regular tune-up that are healthy and want to continue to stay healthy and continue to stay well. I have people that come that are in stages of cancer, and they come prior or post in their chemo or radiation treatments. I have people that have come that are going through a very difficult emotional time, such as divorce or changing location or loss of job. I have people that come that are dealing with very high levels of stress and anxiety. I have people that come that have bipolar and other mental illness, things like that. So don't get confused that everybody can really get the benefits of Reiki. You don't have to be very ill. It's natural and it's always there. So I want to share with you, which would be, I think, really good to hear, some of the stories or some of the feedback that I've had with my clients. And I do see people, some people will come once a week, some people come twice a week, some people come once a month. It depends on what you're going through. And we usually have a conversation and then kind of take course from there. So I want to kind of just read a few, which I think would be really, really great. And I just kind of randomly ask them, and they're anonymous. When I receive Reiki, I feel a warmth flow into my body. I feel at peace and happy. Reiki allows me to be the best version of myself. Somehow I can hear or feel what I really need to know and get clarity. I come to Reiki between my chemo treatments for pancreatic cancer. It has helped me lessen my anxiety and reduce my pain. I have bipolar disorder and anxiety, and Reiki keeps me stable and grounded. Through the ups and downs, I feel calm and at peace. My marriage was in crisis. Reiki was able to move through very stuck energy so that I could tap into my strength and my voice and make the decisions about my life on my terms. Pretty powerful, right? Pretty powerful. So again, this is going back to some of the deep, diving in a little deeper to the 5 principles. So we said, let go of anger. So just for today, let go of anger. And you can kind of see where we have anger, or when we feel anger, that is kind of hidden behind sadness. So this is a little bit kind of, we go through, you know, are you feeling anger, and where can we let it go, and how can we work with that? Let go of worry. That's a big one. A lot of us have a lot of worry. It says approximately 90% of worries never happen, right? And so worry can cause a lot of stress in the body, which can actually disrupt the flow and the energy. And Reiki can really help releasing that and make you feel more calm and more peaceful. So in a worried state, when we're in worry or anger, if we use those examples, our body is in the sympathetic nervous system. It's the fight flight. Reiki brings it back to the parasympathetic nervous system. Honor all life just for today. Sometimes easier, sometimes not, right? Earn your living honestly. So what's in your heart? Are you being honest with yourself? Are you doing the things that you want to do, and so forth? Show gratitude for everything. It always comes back to gratitude. As we follow the principles, be grateful for existence, adopt this gratitude, not to take things for granted, and really just live just for today. We are here. This is a picture of the health system and the hospitals that do have Reiki practitioners in them. And we're so happy to say that that is happening in the system, clinically, and here outpatiently, here at the Center for Wellness and Integrative Medicine in Roslyn. I will take a note now that we have been doing it virtually. So we are now open one-on-one in person, and you can book those appointments with me. But we're also doing virtually, and we'll continue to do virtually. And you're going to say, how do you do virtually Reiki? So Reiki doesn't know time or space or distance. And so when we set up a Reiki, when I would set up a virtual session with you, it's as if you're here. So we literally have a conversation. We could do it through Zoom. We could do it through phone, and energy is always moving. Energy is always there. So just like we have learned very well and adapted through Zoom, to maybe feel someone else's energy, and you can kind of sense someone, right? Even in that, I know it's not the same as someone being in person from Zoom, but we're able to kind of do that. So Reiki has always been practiced distantly and virtually, and we continue to do that. Every Thursday evening right now from 6 to 6:45 p.m., I hold a complimentary Reiki circle. We come together in community, and I love seeing everybody every week. We speak a little bit about what's going on, maybe in the cosmos or the new moons or the moons. And then everybody relaxes, and I guide them into a meditation and some self-Reiki. And I'll share with you some self-Reiki if we have time. So this is showing in the hospital. So we do have nurses that practice Reiki that are in the system. And it is part of them being a holistic practitioner, and they are there as well. And I love this because it says, by their caring presence, they become the healing environment. And so when we are all just a healing person and kindness, we create that healing environment. I love this study, and I wanted to just share this with you. This is from a preliminary study, a PubMed study. And it's, again, talking about the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Quick little study. There's many studies out there. Again, there hasn't been, a lot of times it's really difficult to get the science behind some of these things. Some of these things like Reiki and acupuncture and reflexology, they've gone so far back and they've been around forever, and they're not new to us. They're just newer to us. We're finding them again. But the outcome measure is this. They had some Reiki treatments, and so they did a placebo effect for the PubMed. Quantitative measures of autonomic nervous system function, they continued that, the heart rate and the blood pressure decreased significantly in the Reiki group. And it's showing that, the changes are, really have helped with the biological effects of a Reiki treatment. So the biological effects of a Reiki treatment really have shown that the de-stress, calmness, and well-being. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. All right. So I would love to share with you, I'm gonna just check my time. I would love to share with you just the hand positions for self-Reiki and how you hold your hands. And we'll just go over that briefly. And then if I have any questions, I would love to answer any questions. So first we hold the hand. If you're getting a Reiki treatment, you're just gonna lie on the table and you're gonna enjoy it. Soft music will be playing. There may be some crystals or not. You're lying on a massage table. Think of it like a massage. It's about an hour. It's very relaxing. It's very calming. It's usually very quiet. I usually guide the client in with a meditation. So it's a very kind of calming atmosphere. And usually afterwards, everybody feels pretty good, pretty calm and relaxed. Some people fall asleep and some people chat with me. It just depends how you want to experience the session. But the Reiki always works, and it always reduces the stress and anxiety. That's always the baseline. So the self-Reiki hand positions are something that you can do. I also do hold Reiki classes, and we have a Reiki 1 class coming up in September, and we'll be doing this monthly. So Reiki 1 would be the first level of Reiki. As a Reiki master teacher, I like to teach this modality, and everyone can learn Reiki. Reiki 1 is self-healing. So you learn Reiki for yourself. And I just want to go over the hand positions just so you can see them and just notice them. So if you have the time and you're not driving, hopefully you can do this with me and just notice the nurturing effect of how it feels. So when you hold your hands in Reiki, you don't spread your fingers. You bring your thumb in and your fingers in, and it's sort of this kind of feeling, almost like if you're waving at the queen, right? And there's a slight cupping. So you can notice it's just a slight cupping. The first position is over your eyes. So just go ahead and place your hands over your eyes. And you would just stay here for a little bit. I just want you to get the feeling of feeling the self-Reiki. You wouldn't be doing this if you're coming for a treatment, obviously. This is only if you're going to work with Reiki 1. But second one is on top of the head. Then you move behind the head, almost like as if you had a headband. coming to the throat. So you would kind of come here to your throat, and then your heart. You'd move to your rib cage, your belly, your hips, your knees, and your feet. And so the reason for that is when you kind of move through, you can notice that touch is so important. And so when you can feel that Reiki has the same component of meditation. So a lot of people that learn Reiki and go through the levels, they're connecting meditatively with themselves, and they're just connecting deeper with self. So I probably have so much more to say, but really what I would say overall is that Reiki is a kinesthetic feeling. It's something that you need to experience. You can read and read and read and listen to many lectures and get great books. But if it's something you're interested in, I would say experience it and notice how it is in your body and how you relate to it. I would like to open up to questions. So if there's any questions.
Thank you, Tina. Before we start questions, I'm just going to end the recording here so that we can speak freely. So just one moment, please. Thank you.